What is up, guys? Welcome back to this episode of the Road to Redemption podcast. I'm, as always, your grateful host, Cam Williamson, and today I think we got a special one for you. I'm going to give you my thoughts on the big game, the Super Bowl halftime show. Me being an Ohio boy, I've been a Cincinnati Bengals fan, handed down to me by my father and my family my whole life. I did not watch a second of the game, but I'm going to give you my reaction on the halftime show, which I saw. I'm a big hip-hop fan. Everyone was texting me asking, am I excited for it? I saw it the morning after on YouTube. I didn't watch it live. I literally did not pay a single bit of attention to the Super Bowl, but I'll give you my reaction on that. Going to talk about what the heck is Kanye West doing. He's been on a Twitter rant, then he deleted everything. He took shots at Kid Cudi. He took shots at Pete Davidson. He's obviously going at Kim. He's all in his bullcrap. He's defending Travis Scott. He's attacking Billie Eilish for apparently, in his, perspective, for attacking Travis Scott. We're going to get into all that. Let's not hesitate any longer. It's good to see you. We did the first episode with Thomas yesterday, kind of a pilot to a new podcast idea that I had called the Homie Hype Podcast, where it's just me and the homie Thomas kicking it after a skate session, talking, cutting up, talking shit. It was kind of fun. Go check it out if you guys want to see. Some people ask why I don't do more interview type stuff. I just don't like interviewing people. I like kicking it with people, talking to people I'm interested in, and that's why we did that. So go check that out. It went live yesterday. Let me know what you think. Let's start with the Super Bowl halftime show. The big game, as it's known on YouTube, because for those of you that don't know, the term Super Bowl is trademarked. It's copywritten, so you can't use that. If you type it into YouTube or if you put your video headline as Super Bowl anything, it will be copyright stricken by YouTube per the NFL. So it was the Los Angeles Rams, formerly known as the St. Louis Rams. Then they moved to Los Angeles, controversial, against my home team, the Cincinnati Bengals. I don't claim fandom for the Bengals, just like I don't claim fandom for really any team anymore. I've gotten so into MMA. I haven't watched a single down of football in probably 2 or 3 years. I watch the fights every weekend. So even with my hometown team being in the Super Bowl, I just truly didn't care. I was so turned off to the NFL over the last couple years, just with all the political stuff. And the Super Bowl halftime show shows you why, right? So people were asking me, are you excited? Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem. Everyone thought I was going to be so excited because Eminem was going to be there. And apparently because I'm a white dude that likes hip-hop, I should care a lot. Right? So I told everyone, I was like, no, I'm not watching it. I'm not going to make sure that I'm sitting in front of my TV so Pepsi can solidify their spending millions on this lineup and get the analytics fed back to them to say that a ton of people watch the shit. I know what's going to happen. They're all going to do little bits or one or two of their most popular songs, and then they're all going to do a collaborative performance at the end. And what happened? La-di-da-di-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G, right? Snoop Dogg. We got all that. We got it all. Mary J came out, did her shit, and then fell flat backwards. I thought she died. I thought she was having a medical emergency. Apparently it was theatrics. Snoop crushed it. You don't expect anything else. Snoop's going to crush it. He's been relevant probably more than anybody, right? Like Eminem, amazing rapper. Dr. Dre, amazing producer, amazing talent coordinator. Snoop Dogg, just amazing at everything. He's an entertainer, he's a broadcaster, he's a producer, he's a rapper, he's an actor, he's a DJ, he's everything you could want an entertainer to be. So he's up there first, crushed it, loved it. Dre comes up, little stale. Hey, he's old, right? We get it. Mary J comes up, great. Honors, respect, not gonna say a negative word about it. Kendrick comes up, forgot that Kendrick was even a part of it. No problem. Kendrick does his thing. I remembered once he started performing, because he performed We Gonna Be Alright, which was awesome, especially for the time. And I remember there was like a headline a couple months back saying that Kendrick would only do the Super Bowl show if he performed that song because people, his fans, asked him. They were like, hey, with everything going on in the NFL, we don't want to stop you from this amazing opportunity, but we think you should use this song, and he did that. So I think that's cool. He's making his opinions known. He's supporting the people that support him, and he's using his platform for everything it's meant to be used for. Kudos. Creatively, it was great. And then we get to Eminem. If I remember correctly, he starts off with like the first 45 seconds of My Name Is, or one of his other songs, The Real Slim Shady, I don't remember which one. And then he goes into Lose Yourself. Okay, the last song I want to hear Eminem perform is Lose Yourself. That's the last song I care about with Eminem. It was iconic. I get it. This whole thing was a shot to gain nostalgia, emotional connections with the viewers, as my generation is now turning into their 30s. We're the ones watching it. We're the predominant ones turning the game on, buying the Pepsis and the Bud Lights and the Doritos and the Frito-Lays. We are the ones that the advertisers are going after. So they have to use something that's going to be relevant to us while also capturing the attention of everyone in the room. Older people, which is why Mary J was there, Snoop was there. Younger people, which is why Kendrick and Eminem were there. It's all orchestrated, right? And then what happens? Eminem takes a knee. And everyone flips out because they think he's being political. And then these stories come out that the NFL forbid it during rehearsals and they told him not to do it. None of that's true. None of that's true. He did it during rehearsals. They knew about it. And nobody gave any restrictions about it. And that's per like Dr. Dre, Eminem, and everyone. So there is no controversy to be had. But this is the whole reason myself and I think many others stopped watching the NFL. Everyone was just waiting for what's the controversy going to be the day after the halftime show. There's always something. Janet Jackson with the wardrobe malfunction. There's always something. So it's like, okay, am I as excited to jump on the controversy, the made-up controversy bandwagon as I am to mindlessly just sit in front of my TV and go, oh, Pepsi halftime show, la-di-da-di-da. It's the motherfucker D-O-double-G Snoop Dogg. Okay. I can listen to those songs anytime I want. Eminem, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Mary J, Kendrick, any of them. 50 Cent made a surprise appearance. People were clowning him because he started hanging upside down, and they were saying he looked a little heavy for that. Listen, for those of you guys that don't remember, if you weren't alive during then, in the beginning of that song, in the music video, in the club, 50 is folded down because he's doing like crunches from a hanging bar. And Eminem and Dr. Dre are walking past as if they're creating the perfect rapper in a lab. And that's what he's doing. He's in there working out while he's singing. So actually, the physical feat of that is impressive. I was like, wow, he's not even out of breath. You can't even hear his breath changing from being hung upside down. Everyone's making fun of him because he was heavy. Dude, 50's jacked. Y'all play if you want, but 50's jacked. 50 stays in shape. So, I mean, that's just the internet being the internet. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it was exactly what I think everyone expected. Everyone's like, oh, the performance was immaculate. This is the best show of all time. First off, as far as production goes, it was just like I didn't understand what was going on the ground. I don't know if all the stuff that was on the ground was as a part of that kind of zooming in onto the field and make it look like the earth or whatever that was. That was weird. It was kind of distracting. It just looked like there was wires and production garbage all over the ground. And then all of a sudden, people just started running around and being crazy while the performance was going on. So I couldn't tell if they were fans or if they were a part of the performance. It was weird. I thought maybe they were going to do the viral Eminem video with him and Royce da 5'9", where Eminem is like controlling the crowd. I thought that would have been dope had they done something like that, but they didn't. The whole thing was just kind of underwhelming. Like from the song selection, and I get it, Eminem doesn't have many songs that he could perform during the Super Bowl. So hey, don't have him, right? That's kind of like, I don't know. If you're going to hire people to do a job, let them do the job the way you would want them to do it, not the way that the biggest sponsor approves them to do it. That's kind of why I had no interest in watching it. I knew what you were going to get, and that it was not an authentic package. So let's move on. Kanye West, for those of you that haven't been following it, it all started when Kanye got the address to his daughter's birthday party from Travis Scott. Travis Scott is, obviously, since the Astroworld thing, has been relatively quiet. And Kanye has kind of kept pulling him into these headlines with this. So Billie Eilish is doing a concert. I don't know where she was doing it. And in the midst of her concert, a fan goes down. Billie Eilish somehow offers this girl an inhaler, gets her right, makes sure she's up and healthy. And then she goes, we're not going to just let her lay there. We take care of ours at my show. Right? Not a bad thing to say. She's making it known. I take care of people at my shows. People want to say that she's taking deliberate, direct shots at Travis Scott. Okay? She can address a situation that happened, which was the tragedy at the Astroworld Festival, which Travis Scott is a part of and responsible for in certain forms. So because she intentionally left his name out and didn't go like, hey, this ain't Astroworld, dog. We're going to make sure she's straight. That would have been different. She goes, we take care of people at our shows. She's doing one thing, right? This is a very important thing. She's showing the ability to do what should have been done during Astroworld. For all the entertainers and the celebrities that want to be like, people don't realize what it's like to be on stage and you can't see past this. You can't keep using that argument when clip after clip after clip after clip after clip comes out of entertainers much bigger than Travis Scott or what was going on. Now, I'm not saying the population of the crowd in the clips were bigger than what was going on in Astroworld, but I'm saying as an entertainer, you have the ability to shut down the show, pull the lights up, and scan the room. Figure out what's going on, right? So Billie Eilish didn't take shots. She just was observing the situation going on and relating it to current events and going, this is not about to happen here. She's controlling the situation. She didn't do anything wrong. So Kanye comes out and goes, either Billie Eilish apologizes to Travis Scott or I don't perform at Coachella, which Travis Scott will be performing co-headlining with me. Well, first off, if Travis Scott is actually anywhere near Coachella, nobody should want to be a part of that anyway. Billie Eilish should pull herself from Coachella if they're going to have Travis a part of it. He shouldn't be a part of it. And at this point, Kanye is being so toxic with trying to take shots at Pete Davidson and bullying him online after he's known to have severe mental health issues. And Kanye's doing all this because he's upset that he lost the cool girl. That's essentially all it is. Kanye's, sure, people can say he's a musical legend. I don't think he is. I think his music's fine. I think he's also mentally unstable and needs a lot of help. He's openly said he stops taking his antipsychotics when he's trying to create because he likes the mind space he gets in and it helps him be more creative. Well, buddy, your music's not good enough, in my opinion, for you to go off the rails and start bullying people and start making these demands just because you have all the money that could ever be created and you told Rogan you're going to make enough money to buy the earth or whatever other crazy shit you talk about. That doesn't make your antics okay. It doesn't mean that people are actually listening to you. And it also doesn't mean that you're right in anything that you're saying. Guys, remember too, it's all publicity. So him saying I'm going to be at Coachella and Travis Scott's going to be headlining with me. We already know Kanye just says shit that's not true. So we don't need to really put a whole lot of stock in it. But what does this do? This is market research for not only Kanye, because maybe he'll sign Travis Scott during this controversial time if he ends up getting dropped by his label, or maybe he's trying to convince him to leave his label and go with Ye or whatever. There's never not a benefit to anything Kanye does, whether it's attack Pete Davidson, deny that him and Kim are actually getting divorced. But what we're seeing now is where Kanye was originally talking about, well, I just speak truth and I just try to expose the lies in the industries and all this. Well, now you're just lying. and you're just in some sort of manic episode that you can't seem to get yourself off of, and now you're only seemingly trying to pull people down that are more relevant than you. And you're trying to be more relevant off of pulling people down in false ways, like just creating complete false narratives about Billie Eilish, Kim, Pete, whoever. And I think it's really sad. And I think anybody that then continues to purchase or support his music or buy his shoes or play any of his stupid fucking games, I don't want to hear anything about anything. When Pete Davidson has a mental breakdown, or, you know, somebody does something terrible because of Kanye's reach and his influence. Now, again, I think the general population is smart enough to look at what's going on and they go, oh, Kanye's not doing well. And nobody puts stock in it at all. But it shouldn't be ignored that his actions and his intentions are what they are. As someone who suffers from mental health, he should really, really be compassionate towards taking shots at Pete Davidson. Now, I understand. Man shit is man shit, right? You got your girl taken by a dude that, you know, is all over the place. He's been with plenty of hot women, so now all of a sudden Kanye's with this girl that can't stay out of the headlines for her own shit. And it's like, okay, so it's all an attention grab by everybody. We already talked about the Pete Davidson, Kardashian, Travis Barker, MGK, Megan Fox, and how all that shit is just one big publicity cesspool that people can't pull themselves away from. And Ye is always pulled into it. And it's like, yo, just stop listening to these fucking idiots, right? Like, I found it interesting that Travis Barker has a Disney-themed Valentine's Day thing with Kourtney Kardashian that gets pushed all over the place. All the while, he's making deals with, like, YouTube and TikTok and all this stuff. It's like, how is all this not designed just for popularity for them? For Travis, for the Kardashians, for Kanye, for Pete Davidson. Like, it's good for everyone. Kanye even went at Michael Che and, like, said he was offering him double his SNL salary just so he'd never have to work with Pete Davidson again. It's like, hey, do y'all realize, like, Pete Davidson purposely doesn't have social media because he can't not deal with, but it really hurts him when people trash him. Like, he's got enough shit that goes on in his life. He lost his dad in 9/11. He's got Crohn's disease. People mock him relentlessly. He mocks himself relentlessly. Like, I just think we as people should do a better job at holding celebrities responsible. And not only just not entertaining what Kanye is doing, but pushing back against it to him. And go, hey, man, that's fucked up what you're doing. You could be upset. You could be heartbroken. Deal with it in healthy ways. Talk to somebody. Talk to your family, whatever. But don't go at people that you know are already struggling. That just makes you lame as fuck for doing that. And that makes you a coward. It doesn't make you a G. It doesn't make you, standing up for chasing your woman, doing right by your family. It's none of that. Man, your woman left you. So take that for what it is. Let her go. And stop piling on to Pete Davidson because you suck. It's just ridiculous, man. So that's kind of my two takes on it. I love you guys very much. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. I hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. Hope it was good for you. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Check out the Road to Redemption podcast for merch and past episodes. Hit the thumbs up button. You know I'm going to tell you. Subscribe. Hit the bell so you're notified when I drop anything, whether it's the vlogs, episodes of the Road to Redemption podcast, new podcast ideas we come up with, or anything else. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one.